Alright, Skull Nation, thanks for being with me. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, like, comment, and share this content. Skull, baby. What's going on, Vikings fans? Welcome to another episode of Talk Vikings with me. Pre-game show. We have the Indianapolis Colts in town. Last week was just horrific. I didn't even want to. Usually, like how you listen to all of these. I go on ESPN after the games. I hear everybody else what they got to say about the game. All these sports shows and all these analysts and all these I didn't want to listen to anything because that game just pissed me off. That was a winnable game. Like if Dalvin Cook don't fumble that ball right before, it was first down 2 right at the goal line. If he doesn't fumble that ball, that's a whole different ball game because we could run that ball in. Just give it a CJ, do a bootleg to the we score on plays like that all the time. It was so frustrating. So I didn't want to hear nothing because like the Lions now, because they beat the Vikings. Oh my God, they're this team to beat now in the league. Like, stop. Anyway, never. I'm over that game. It's done. It's in the past. But we got the Colts, man, coming up. They're not a good team. They're 4-8 for a reason. I mean, they have some good players other places. Matt Ryan is not how Matt Ryan used to be. He's washed up. He's old. They got dudes like they got a great defensive line. I'll get into that in a second. They got dudes like Steph Gilmore, one of my favorite corners. I've always liked it and respected Stephon Gilmore. But they're 4-8 for a reason. You know what I mean? They got weaknesses like their offensive line is dead last in the league. Like they've given up the most sacks ever all year. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. Our offensive line going up against their defensive line is one of the best. Like their guys are Quiddy Pay 5 sacks, DeForest Buckner 5.5 sacks. Then they have the former Vikings, even though he was a Viking for like a month, like a month or two, like a month. Yannick Ngakoue, he has 8.5 sacks. So we gotta watch out for that. So it's gonna be interesting. This game right here, the battle in the trenches. Our offensive line against their defensive line, and their defensive line against our offensive line, because their defensive line is they got work, but their offensive line sucks. So like all this talk about Danielle Hunter and Za'Darius Smith, and they haven't been showing up. They've been kind of quiet lately. This game right here is a great game to kind of bounce back from. And get your sacks, get your pass rush on, get your sacking the quarterback on, get your just don't give Matt Ryan any time, period. Like this is the game right here to do it. Like this should be like a practice, well, not a practice game because they're all professionals, but this should be a game right here that like a lot of the guys show up and kind of get back on track. But I want to start off by just saying, I mean, you can make the excuse that in the Lions game we didn't have like all of our players. Cam Dantzler's first, he got beat bad too, but that was his first game back from injury, and he didn't even play all game. I think they were just trying to get him a certain amount of snaps going, which they did, and to kind of get him back into game mode or whatever. And then Harry the Hitman didn't play, obviously. He was sick or something like that. And Darisaw didn't play. Like we had some key guys not playing, you know what I'm saying? So who knows if Christian Darisaw would have played, who knows, like the Lions don't get a few sacks, because they had 3 against Kirk. They had a bunch of QB pressures. So, just having all our guys back, like, there's no significant injuries or anything like that. So we got the whole team ready. So hopefully they kind of show up, better in this game. Next point, we're gonna get into offense here. Like, I know Kirk is gonna do his thing. It's any given Sunday. Well, Saturday they were playing Saturday. It's a any given day. I mean, anything could happen, but Kirk has been showing up this year. Like, we could say Kirk Cousins is not the problem, especially last game. So JJ is the #1 receiver in the league right now. Ever bruh. Social media is it really? I've spent way less time on social media. Like, it'll just fry your brain. Like, really. There are people I've seen lists where they got like Tyreek Hill on top of them. They got a what's the boy from the Raiders that came from Green Bay. You know who I'm talking about. They got a few receivers over Justin Jefferson. Like, what? But when you go to NFL, NFL.com, you go to the official site, they got Justin Jefferson as #1. There's a couple of lists that has Tyreek Hill over him, even though he has more yards than Tyreek Hill, and less catches, more yards, and it still got Tyreek. Anyway, Justin Jefferson is the #1 receiver in the league. Period. I know the Vikings are gonna pay him, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, like, how dare they put other receivers over Justin Jefferson? Like, that is like, look at last game. He's going for the record. I think he's gonna get it. We got 4 more. All he gotta do is, like, he had over 200 yards last game. So all he gotta do is have like 125 yards every game on average, and he breaks the record. And I think he's gonna do it. The dude is putting up over 200 yards. Some games they kind of limited him, but I'm praying, fingers crossed, he get that record. But anyway, so we know JJ's gonna do his thing. They're probably gonna double team him or whatever. And like, Kirk has earned my respect now. I can honestly say, the passing game is gonna be good, like at least okay or average. We just gotta watch that defensive line. We gotta watch that pass rush they got. And that they don't even have to really, like, the coach. They have a great defensive line, so good they don't even really have to like rush the passer. They can just go 4 linemen. They play the 4-3. They can just go 4 linemen, and there's going to be pressure on your quarterback every time. So that linebackers can kind of be safe. They can play at home, or they can drop back, or whatever. So, like, that's like the only good thing about this team. And they have Matt Ryan. I mean, Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan. Even though he's old, he's kind of washed up, he's still Matt Ryan. You give him some time, he's going to pick you apart. And I hope the Vikings don't give him any time, because his offensive line sucks. Like, they're dead last in the league. Well, giving up sacks. They've given up 46 sacks. That is #1. That's worse in the league. So I hope we take advantage of that. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I want to talk about our running game. Like, Dalvin Cook. Like I said, this is a game to bounce back from. This is a game that Dalvin could really do his thing and bounce back. And because we have Dalvin Cook, like, what, 3-time Pro Bowler? Like, I think Dalvin is like the fastest running back in the league, or one of them, top 5. Like, when he gets in the open field, there's no catching him. He got the moves, he got everything else. So I don't know what was that against the Lions last game. Like, every time Dalvin touches the ball, he's a threat to take it all away. So I hope he have a better game. We're gonna have Darisaw back, the offensive line. We'll have Darisaw. I think we're missing 2 offensive linemen. I think it was Darisaw and the rookie, what's his name? Number 67. But anyway, we're going to have everybody back. So the running game should be better. Our offensive line is above average. Like, this is a game, all the experts have picked us to win this game. So there's no reason why we shouldn't win again. But it's those guys are pros, and the dudes you're playing against, they're pros too, and they have great players too. Like Stephon Gilmore can get an interception at any time, even though we got great receivers. Like, their defensive linemen can get sacks at any time. Like, you know what I mean? And their defense is their strength, but they're not all of that. They got like 4 or 5 players that, you know what I'm saying, that you off a name basis. Everybody else is regular. So, and we've seen what the Vikings have done the last few weeks. The last few weeks against the top defenses in the league. So this one won't be like, they're not like top notch. So I don't think we're gonna struggle against this defense, because we've already proven what we can do against defenses in the league. This right here, though, is my kryptonite of this team. Our defense. Same thing like last year. I don't know what is going on. Like, except Last year, we're not giving up points right before the half and right after the half and right before the game ends. Like, they're a little bit more clutch this year. But, oh my God, the yards given up. Over 400 yards, 4 weeks in a row. Like, anybody can just run on us. Anybody can just throw on us. That shell coverage Donatello is doing. I mean, like, they got to get it together. Like, if they don't get it together, like, the Colts can really give us a run for our money. Like, a regular team, a 4-8-1 team, 4-8-1. We still have the second best record in the league. We shouldn't have even lost to the Lions. If this defense don't get it together, we are done with. Like, and they have Jonathan Taylor. He's no walk in the park. JT, he can ball. They have Matt Ryan. They have JT. I don't know what we got to do. Well, I guess I know what we got to do. Stop the run. Stop the damn run. Like I said, their offensive line is not good. Just make Matt Ryan uncomfortable all game. You know what I mean? And this thing, man, because I'm not really worried. Like I said, anything could happen. Their defense can just show up and just play like Superman all day. But their defense is not all that. Our offense is one of the top offenses in the league. You know, this game has to be decided by our defense standing up and saying enough. Our defense have to stand up and say enough to the Colts offense, who's not even really good like that. So, man, I hope to show up in this game. And we're playing at home, too. But the only thing is the Colts, they just had their bye week. And they got smoked by the Cowboys. Well, the Cowboys smoked us, too. But, you know, they just had their bye week. And who knows? They had an extra week. They had an extra week to rest. And who knows if that makes a difference in this game. But the Vikings are just a better team. Like a way better team. You know, so hopefully we'll come up with a dub, man. Go to 11-3, and we can just smooth sail from now. Cause we got the Giants. The Giants they're a beatable team by the Vikings, but they are in the playoff hunt too. I think they have the last playoff spot. So we got the Giants, and then we have the last two divisional game, the Packers and the Bears, which I'm not worried about. Not worried about them. I mean, the Packers, they can show up any day. They have Aaron Rodgers. They beat the Cowboys, but I mean, it's at the end of their season. They're not making the playoffs. The Bears aren't making the playoffs either. They don't even have Justin Fields starting anymore. Like, I think it's just over with for him for the rest of the season. I don't know what's going on there, but I know no, he got hurt. Yeah, so they don't have Fields. I'm definitely not worried about the damn Bears. But, you know, we can literally go undefeated for the rest of the season. We can go 4-0 for the rest of the season, you know, feeling good going into the playoffs. And like, at least, even though we're 10-3, at least we know what we have to work on, that defense. At least we know what the problem is and what we need to work on, that defense. So we can put all our emphasis, all our attention on the defense, the run defense, the pass defense. I think we just got a cornerback. We got a new cornerback or whatever on the 53-man roster because Blake Brandell and somebody else is injured. But we replaced them with a faster corner. And I hope it works out, man. I hope the scheme is different. I hope Donatello is mixing it up. He's confusing me, man. I thought. Anyway. Hopefully we'll win this game. All signs says we should win this game. All the experts pick the Vikings to win. And just looking at it on paper, we're supposed to win this game. So Skull to 11-3. It's really supposed to be 12-2. But whatever. I'll catch you guys after the game for the post-game show. After we win, hopefully, and keep scoring, baby. We're like, man, we gotta go far into the playoffs, man. We have the talent, we have the roster, we have the guys. I love KO, love the team, love the like. Dalvin Cook gotta do his thing. Just, it's sad, man. But I'll catch you guys after the game. Score, baby. We should win this one. Peace. Catch you later.